Hello, I'm John Casebolt with Equipment Technologies. Today I'm going to show you how to winterize the application system of your Apache Sprayer. As we begin talking about winterizing the Apache Sprayer, the one thing we want to emphasize is that we make sure we hit all of the application loops. There are up to 5 possible application loops associated with the spray system on an Apache Sprayer. The first loop, of course, is our product system. The product system is the loop that involves the product tank, the pump, the plumbing going from the pump back to the booms, the ball valves. That's all part of the application system, the main product system. The second system is our agitation circuit. The agitation circuit involves the electric agitation valve, the agitation plumbing in the bottom of the tank. The third circuit that we're going to take a look at is our rinse circuit, and that's going to be our agitation rotoflush valve, as well as the plumbing that goes up to the rotoflush nozzles in the top of the product tank. The fourth circuit is the vent circuit, which essentially is going to take care of itself because it's an open line that goes from the top of the product pump to the top of the product tank. But we want to make sure that we recognize the need to have antifreeze flowing through that system as well. And then the fifth system is the eductor system. If your machine is equipped with the optional chemical eductor, we want to be sure that we winterize it properly so we don't have freeze-up problems with it. Step 1 of winterizing the Apache Sprayer application system is going to involve purging out whatever remains in the product lines and in the booms as best we can using air pressure. The way we're going to accomplish that is to go first underneath the machine. I'm going to close off the sump valve, and then I'm going to come out and close off the agitation valve. And the reason I'm going to be doing that is because we do not want to be trying to fill the tank with air pressure while we're purging the system. So what I'm going to do is now remove the cap, and I'm going to install an adapter that I've made that has an air nozzle on it so that we can connect our air hose to our air chuck. I also want to close my agitation valve. Now I'm ready to put air into the plumbing system so that what we're going to be doing is just forcing the product back through the plumbing system by opening and closing the ball valves and allowing that product to be able to be blown out through our booms. So I'm going to pick up my air hose, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to plumb it on to my adapter just like so. After I've hooked up my air hose and opened up the valve, I'm going to regulate my air pressure to 40 to 60 psi. It doesn't take a lot of air pressure to move what remains of the product out through the booms, but I want to be able to make sure I have enough air pressure to get as much stuff out as I can. So now I've already turned the sprayer monitor on by using the power button on the side. Depending on the type of controller that you have or the monitor that you have, your power button may be in a different place. The screens will look different, but the process is going to be the same. We're going to be getting into a manual mode so that we can actually spray sitting still and be able to allow the air pressure that we've hooked up to our plumbing system to be able to force whatever product remains in the booms out through the ball valves and through the nozzle valves. So we're going to tell this OK, and then we're going to open up our universal terminal. And now that our universal terminal is opened up, I see that I'm in auto mode. I want to go ahead and get that switched over to my M for manual mode, and to allow the nozzle control valves to open up completely. This machine does have a Raven Hawkeye nozzle control valve system on it. So in order to get my nozzle control valves to open up completely while I'm in manual mode, I'm going to need to change my nozzle PWM to 100%. Now that I've done that, I'm ready to turn on my master spray switch. When I turn my master spray switch on that's on the joystick, I'll see my green indicator light come on the switch box, and then I'm going to turn on each section valve one at a time I'm going to allow that to blow air through for 10 or 15 seconds, and then I'm going to turn it off, allow my air pressure to build back up. I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to cycle that section switch probably 3 or 4 times to allow the air pressure to build up some, to get everything purged out of that boom section, and then I'm going to leave it off and I'm going to go to section number 2. And I'm going to do the same thing with it. I'm going to turn it on, leave it on for several seconds, turn it back off, and then continue to cycle that switch off and on in order to get that system purged completely. And then I'll continue doing that through each section for however many sections you have on your machine. You may have a 5-section boom, so you may only have to use 5-section switches. This particular machine has a 9-section boom, and so we go through all 9 section switches one after the other, just doing them one at a time until we get each boom section purged as completely as we can using the air pressure. Then I'm going to make sure that all my section switches are turned off. I'm going to turn off my master spray switch, and we're ready to move on to the next step. Now that we've purged the product from the application system, we're going to go ahead and turn the valve off for our air compressor, remove the air hose, and we're going to remove the adapter cap that we put on there to begin with so that we could purge out that system. And now we're going to put the protector cap back in place, and we're ready to start putting RV antifreeze in our machine. Thanks for watching. For more information, please see your operator's manual or contact your Apache Sprayer dealer.